We had our very first actual play of Mothership. We played Haunting of Ypsilon 14. Most of us made it out alive. Let's talk about it. How'd you guys feel about it? How'd you guys feel about playing in Mothership for the first time?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was... So the difference, right, is that with Mothership, it's whether or not the mission is successful. It's not likely that you'll get out alive. So I'm not like upset that I died, but I think if it was... Okay, I'm upset that I died. But if it was a different system...
Sure.
Like, that's how I would gauge whether or not it was a successful... Like,
right. Whether you made it to the end
yeah,
of it.
whether
right.
we, like, won.
Yeah,
right? I still feel like we won. I feel like I won, too, even though I died.
Well, you were the key to us winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, without my sample,
you
wouldn't have made that. And without me telling you about the water and telling you about the self-destruct situation, that would be fucked.
Yeah, you really kind of, like, spearheaded... almost everything for our entire campaign or session because you uncovered just about everything.
Yeah.
I think I found some useless drugs. That was about it. And then discovered some phobias, some information about myself. That's true.
Didn't try the drugs. Soma would have been something else.
I did not see you being like all of a sudden a narc.
I didn't either. I was. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought for
twist.
sure. I thought you were gonna be like, hell yeah, let's do some drugs.
Well,
I was like, all right, let's go, let's do it.
You two obviously had collect a sample. To bring back.
So what was your directive?
So mine was to squash anything that was impacting profit. So I figured like drug use. Like honestly, I was so like, what do I even do? Like this whole thing sounds like nothing here is great for profit, right? Like it's mismanaged, nothing's running great, things are broken down, people are missing, people are doing drugs, like where do I even begin? So honestly, I feel like self-destructing it. And at the end I was like, I want to get a message out to IMG because IMG. I keep wanting to say ILM.
ILM.
Different company.
No affiliation. ILM, please don't sue us.
But yeah, so I was like, what is the best case scenario for like...
Wait, is it ILM Industrial Light and Magic?
Yes, it's the Star Wars one.
I just clicked. Lucas, please don't shoot. Please don't sue us. I'm so sorry. I don't know who this guy is.
It's not him anymore.
I don't even fucking know who he is.
Kathleen Kennedy,
right?
please.
Yeah.
We love you.
Look, you want to hire me? I mean, look, I ran the whole thing, right? So certain sort of magic there.
But yeah, so I think squashing anything that was impacting profit, like I did that. I got rid of everything that was impacting profit.
You got rid of everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
But I was going to say I would also, in my report, say that I have expedited the mining process, that whatever was being mined there is now free from the asteroid and can be more easily collected by the corporation. So I think a success for Kenneth all around.
Yeah, Kenneth's thinking this is like a long-term sort of like, this is going to be great for my career.
Yeah.
What a way to start a career.
Why
right?
waste time mining? We can just blow it up and then collect the pieces.
Exactly.
Can I ask questions?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Was there a way to get into the other dock?
There was.
What was it?
There was. We're never going to play this again.
No.
Just this is, by the way, I should say this for the retrospectives. Spoilers. So if you plan on playing this, don't watch this. If you plan on running it, you could probably watch it. It's fine. In terms of getting in the airlock, there was down in the mines. So I think I should back up a little bit.
Yeah, we never went in the mines because I was like, it's too infected.
Yeah. So the whole
said
situation,
it was safe down there.
The thing that you guys fought was something that was unearthed in the mines.
Yeah.
So, and some sort of like, experiments had been happening. Dr. Giovanni had been taking samples and stuff. I had a whole tape that was basically his like stuff.
Where was that, in the mines?
No, it was in his ship.
Oh,
which we couldn't get to.
We never got to.
Yeah. So had a whole.
Would we have found him dead?
You would have found him much like Kentaro.
Yeah.
Would Mike have been in there too?
No.
Okay, hang on.
Sorry.
Hang on. Was there a way of the ship was where we started? Could you answer that?
Say that one more time.
Was there a way into the Heracles?
where you started, no. You had to get the code.
Okay, and who had the code?
The code was down in the mine at the remote science lab that Giovanni had.
Oh.
There was a scrap of paper that you would have found on the sign that would have had a 4-digit code on it. And if you punch that 4-digit code into the airlock,
Are you so disappointed?
Love the
No,
concept
it's totally
of
fine.
the abandoning of a sheet of paper with an actual password just sitting on it in a
Mothership. You would have found it down in the science remote lab, like a little crumpled piece of paper, like over the side.
Hey, why didn't fucking Morgan tell me about the remote lab? I would have gone down there. I didn't pester him.
Are you saying it's unbelievable to find a piece of paper with a...
No, I'm saying it's so believable. Like, people
Yeah.
love to leave their passwords written out next to their shit.
I was gonna say, if anybody can get into my phone and into the Notes app, like, you can log into anything I've ever
Don't say that.
Viewers at home,
Colin is...
let's see how good your hacking is.
Okay, so then the next question was, what was waiting for us in the mine, and or what else did you ask? What was waiting for us in the mine besides the science lab?
Surprisingly, nothing was in the mine.
Oh.
You would have gone down there, and aside from the people that were working in the mine, which this time would have been Rosa and Morgan, you would have seen them in their suits doing their work. There's a chance that one of them could have gotten infected, but it wouldn't show up right away.
Yeah.
You would have gone through the mine, and there would have been a big mining tunnel, and there's a crack in the wall, and you can see where they were digging. They kind of revealed this sort of like antechamber inside that had like a little cocoon that was yellow pus filled, and like it was broken, and that's where this monster came from. Right, so they just dug too deep, and then cracked this thing open, and this thing came out, and you would find the remote lab in there and all the other stuff. But then all the way at the end of the tunnel, you would have found a vac suit that was completely just filled with yellow goo. And
that's Mike.
And the wall was scorched with a laser, a hand laser welder thing. And it would have just said silence on the wall. So yeah, it would have been Mike. He just went down in the mines and presumably either died or killed himself.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
I will have to say, when we did the loadout, and you were like, yeah, you get a shotgun with 2 shots, and you get a revolver with 6 shots, and that's your weaponry. And I was like, we're so screwed.
Yeah.
There's no way we're getting out with this.
Good news. This is a science situation, and it's just the water.
Yeah.
It's just the water. Thank you, M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah. This was so sick. Did you come up with this idea?
Colin
or
found
was this,
that. Colin helped
was this
me find
part
that.
of the...
That's what came in the mail that I wouldn't let you open.
Okay, yeah, but was this part of the Mothership game?
Yeah.
The game comes with 3 audios, and that were supposed to be found cassette tapes. And I said, well, let's just get physical with it.
Yeah.
So how did you record onto the cassette tape?
So it's a cassette. It's a record player. So yeah, or cassette player recorder.
Do we own this now?
Yeah, that's your guys.
Hey, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna teach the kids how to record their own tapes.
I've got a blank one, so
cool.
you can use that.
Where did you find blank tapes? Are those still available?
I bought them on Amazon.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
This is from Amazon too. Hang on, this is interesting.
Get ready for Margaret to be playing all of her Taylor Swift.
So I've learned through testing that the mic on it is really bad.
Yeah.
So I had to hook a mic up to it and use it. There's a line out.
Oh, yeah.
See a USB.
Yeah, there's other stuff on there.
A line in, line out, yeah.
These cassettes, by the way, are 90 minutes you can record on them. So you can absolutely overwrite what I have on those tapes and just reuse them.
I know how to use one of these.
I had bought a vintage cassette player.
Yeah, that was the one that we were kind of hoping we were gonna use.
No, it didn't work.
And it didn't work because one of the rubber belts on the inside had expanded, and then I put rubber bands in it trying to fix it. And then I could not get it to actually record anything. So yeah, I spent a month trying to get that to work.
Oh, that's beefy.
Yeah, it has 4 C batteries in it.
So is that
this though, so light. This
well, that's it looks like it's metal.
Yeah, so it's it's a lot of plastic, but there's still a lot of. See, I tried to make that work first and didn't work out.
Yeah.
Nice.
So recording those, there were 3 cassettes. There was Sonia's cassette, there was Mike's cassette, and then there was Giovanni's cassette. And Giovanni's cassette was basically him just like logging stuff, like tests results are inconclusive, blah 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 blah. Click. Oh, it's miraculous. You can see blah 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 blah. The cell structure and everything. Click. Don't touch the yellow stuff. Blah 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 blah. Right, and then that's the end of like the thing.
Yeah.
So
you didn't get any yellow stuff on the outside that vial, did
so
you?
did Sonia have no?
Sonia had
she
no. Sonia. So
idea.
Sonia had. So Sonia saw the yellow goo when it was first discovered, like
Okay.
right when they found it.
Uh-huh.
But then didn't really think much of it. Just was like, okay, report it to corporate, right? So Michael, being the lead engineer, reported it to corporate,
Mm-hmm.
and then corporate sent the 3 of you to go pick up cargo, and then also sent you to go
sacrifice us.
and then also sent you to go get your specimens,
The goo.
and then also sent you to make sure that whatever happened here doesn't leave the facility.
Yeah.
Like if it's the 3 of you are gonna leave, that's fine, whatever, but no one else is leaving. Which is why I think it was when that last little standoff with Rye and
Oh, yeah.
the other
That was
worker,
so. Yeah.
I was like, you're like, just turn around, man. I don't want to do this, man. But I was like, yeah, he's got to either turn around or you're going to shoot him. Like, there's no way to get around it.
Yeah. And you forced me to shoot him. Thank you. That was.
Yeah, I did, but you missed.
I missed.
And he
So
died.
it's his fault.
Yeah, and then he died in the big explosion. Anyway,
Yeah.
So is there anything else you had prepared that we didn't get into? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
you're good.
I think there were some other.
At least
There's some
Gamer
other
Boys
characters
died
that we
in the
didn't meet.
arms of.
Yeah, there was a couple other characters that didn't come up. Dana came up briefly when she was coming up out of the ship or coming up out of the mine.
I want to know who the photos of these people are.
So those are when I looked at I went on Discord and I found these were pre-made, and I added the little like side part that looks like a key card.
Yeah.
I added those to it because they were just corporate IDs at first.
Yeah.
But when the person was explaining how they made them, it was just like it's AI. So like none of those people are real.
Oh, okay.
They're not real faces.
So you can print on
Holographic paper.
holographic paper.
Yep.
I'm gonna use this in the future for.
So one thing you really got to be careful of, and Jamie realized this yesterday because I was showing him to her, and that's my wife, and that's my wife. We couldn't help ourselves. So when I showed it to her, she like pulled it out. She's like, "Oh, these are really cool." But I was like, I was not fast enough to warn her not to like touch it because the ink does not stay on the holographic very well. So if you look at
gotta keep 'em in
yours,
there.
it looks a little scratched in some areas. And if you look at Morgan Peters, it's like you can see kind of like thumbprint-ish kind of like shape on it. Because like if you just like took your finger and just like wiped it across it, the ink would just come right off.
Gotcha.
So
Morgan here.
Spaghetti.
Yeah.
So good.
That killed me.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Loved that.
Yeah.
You mean just like right away or at any point? Oh yeah, at any point. Okay.
Yeah.
What are our favorite moments?
I think you getting in and out of those vents and like the mental image of like limbs just like bending weird for you to climb in and out. Like, I love that imagery. And love that it had a real in-game
serious
effects.
adverse effect on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
I like how that resulted in you getting a phobia about androids.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
So like if we ever were to play another Mothership thing and you were to play Kenneth again, like I would absolutely be like, yeah, you still got that phobia, dog.
Yeah.
That was good.
You'd be like, yeah, no androids, right? We're not working with any androids.
So Rachel, would you come back and be another android? Or knowing that my character's just a dick to androids, you're like, no.
No. I also have died as an android. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to play the same character again.
Sure.
Right.
So what was your favorite moment?
Oh, spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Yeah.
The repetition of spaghetti was very good.
It was
Yeah.
I
good.
mean, the also running into the, like, what's
the monster,
whoever
thing?
they were. No. The NPC who was in the
Rye?
in the showers.
Yeah, Rye.
Oh,
right?
Rye.
The burrito guy.
Oh, no.
Person.
Oh, the burrito girl.
Yeah.
The one who was like
Drug-
sitting there.
drug-
yeah,
drug
who was-
lady.
who was just
Yeah.
like, yeah, what's up, man?
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You played that so well,
She
too.
was like
did,
fully
yeah.
high when you talked to her.
I mean-
Like, she had just taken like a dose.
When
and
it was like, and now we've got the syringe and the rubber band, I was like, oh, it's for real drugs. It's not like fun drugs. Like, this is like
it's not
for
like
real
weed.
drugs.
It's not like we're gonna just like chill and do weed. It's like, no, we're doing some space drugs, bro. Yeah, close the door, lock it.
Right.
No. What did you think?
I gotta say, the whole thing I could see as being a sci-fi movie. Like the way that everything played out, and
This was really cool when
Yeah.
that came out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when you guys finally found the cassette player.
I loved the physical things. I felt like Nate did a great job with all the NPCs.
Yeah.
I loved
Thanks.
getting to basically kill you. That was fun.
He was either going to try to fuck me or kill me. So,
One or the other. There was
Here we
really no
go.
middle ground.
Yeah, no, it was. I don't know. You all picked out great moments, but I think the whole thing. I loved that so much more than so many other TTRPGs because it was I loved all the fear saves he had to keep making.
Yeah.
I love how cinematic it felt in my head I spent a lot of time just visualizing what was happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
yeah, me too.
Mothership's interesting in that way because it's really like it kind of embraces the sort of downward spiral of like if you fail, like that usually is going to impact further failure.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like, certain games when you roll, it really tries to dissuade you from like failing too much or succeeding too much. It wants you to kind of keep like a sort of balance, right? They want you to roll lots of like successes, but they want you to roll
You're
some
set
failures.
up for failure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then in Mothership, it's like if you fail, it's like you're gonna fail. Like the next time, it's like maybe 1 or 2% harder. But then sometimes when you get like past a certain point, it's like this is 10% harder. No, this is 20% harder.
Yeah.
And it's like you're getting.
I'm
up
really
there.
surprised that like we succeeded in any sense because I feel like we had almost no successful rolls. Like
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
few. We were just like, it's all going to shit. Get out of here.
Well, what if the self-destruct... Okay, so what if setting up self-destruct hadn't worked?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
that was
Yeah.
pivotal.
Yeah. Because like it could have been a situation
Kenneth would
where you
have
had
changed
done,
his name and
you could have tried to like get at the self-destruct set up or whatever, and then the monster could have like attacked you.
Yeah.
Because you
Right.
had to get
I was
get
100.
into that administrative mode in order to get to self-destruct.
So I was fully expecting Maurice to go and be fiddling around with the terminal and like something go down, and I was like, I'm gonna go. Like, I ain't gonna wait. Like, hopefully you can hit that button and get over here. But like, if you can't,
Right.
I'm gone.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah. I like a lot how this module really, and a Mothership in general, I feel like, because this happened in the previous game that I ran, it really sort of sets you up as like, you're like, yeah, we're a team. And then you kind of like, not really.
I liked
Yeah.
how you guys listened to me and did what I told you to do, even though I was a dick the whole time.
It's like coworkers. Like you guys
Yeah.
aren't friends. It's not
Yeah.
like we're heroes. We're
Yeah.
a party of adventurers. It's
Yeah.
like, no, we literally just work at the same company. I don't
Yeah.
give a shit about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my character was definitely an egotistical.
Yeah.
I've been here longer. I know more than you. Just hurry up and help me do what I need to do. Fuck you.
Yeah, you're the worst.
Yeah.
I felt like that's what he would have been.
I also
no.
feel like you didn't do, like, you played a really fine line of like being a dick, but also like doing it in a way and require like the things that you asked or told us to do were things that were in line of things
They
that
were
we
true.
wanted to do
Yeah.
or needed to do anyways. So yeah, it is kind of that like coworker mentality of like, yeah, I'm aware. Thank you. I do this every day.
right.
But I am now going to go do that because that's what
Yeah,
I'm doing.
right. It's like, fuck you. I'm
Fuck
not
you.
doing this because
Yeah.
you told me. I'm doing it because it's
Yeah.
it's what we have to do for the job.
Yeah.
So don't take any pleasure in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting game, and there's a lot of different ways to, I think there's different modules, obviously, that you can play that give a different experience. this is a very sort of self-contained story. So
Yeah.
Do like replayability, not necessarily with this specific module, but like the system. I don't know if I would play it again, but mostly just because I feel like once you have the experience, it's so unique. Like you can't like replicating it would be difficult. Like you already like you kind of expect to fail. You know what I mean? So you don't like go through the emotional work of like.
So one of the things that we were not going to talk about in this particular part is the concept of shore leave, which is when you finish whatever you're doing, you can go back to a place of relative comfort, right? Like a station or something. And you can take shore leave, which then reduces your stress and gives you some kind of bonuses and some benefits and stuff. The other part of it is that for this one, we really set it up to be like, you're doing this very specific job for IMG.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
If you wanted to set it up to be more of like a campaign, repeatable sort of play, what I would probably do is I would say like you're saddled with a shitload of debt and you have to pay that off somehow.
Yeah.
So you have to take jobs to do it.
Sure.
And the jobs would be stuff like, it wouldn't be go to the station.
It'd be survivable.
Yeah, it wouldn't be go to this station. There's a monster on here that's like practically unkillable. It's just like a huge threat and it's invisible, right? Like, it's not like it's like the deck is stacked against you. It'd be like, there's just a lot of stuff on here. I ran one of the modules, Gradient Descent, which is a mega dungeon sort of situation. It's got a big map and everything, and it's on a facility that's run by an AI that's sort of like creating androids that look and sound and act remarkably like people.
Did you need to make a tease or a spoiler alert? If anybody's,
I did a spoiler alert at the top of this.
Okay,
so everyone,
I think we'll put that everywhere on this. This is spoiler alert.
For the module you're about to talk about. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So just as a heads up, we're gonna be talking about a little bit here. But for that, you're exploring a facility, and the objective on that is like it can range from destroy the AI, regain control of the facility, which is like a huge goal, very complicated, takes many sessions to do, versus like, hey, we heard that there's an artifact on this floor, generally speaking.
Sure.
Go grab it, bring it back, we'll pay you for the whole thing.
Sure.
And then in that chorus of action, you're learning stuff, and not everything is like so hyper lethal out to kill you. In that one, there's like factions that are working against each other, and you can ally yourself with some, talk to others. So there's a lot more of like a role play kind of working that angle as opposed to this one, which is a little bit more like kind of murder mystery, monster of the week sort of like we got to do it in 30 minutes sort of situation, right? We got to tell a whole story in one episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, I it is definitely a game that is like more geared towards failure. It is
maybe that's just like a personal thing where like I really struggle with failure and like
I think that most gamers do struggle with failure, and I think that that's something that is totally fine. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I think that like everybody likes different kinds of games, and I think that Mothership, while it does give you that experience of failure, probably more so, I think it embraces it in a way that's like, at least you had fun, right?
Yeah.
Like you joked around with your friends and you're like, whatever happened, and like I didn't like win, but like
I love that it wasn't like a glory. Like there was no glory coming out. Like we did the thing, but it wasn't glorious.
Oh, nobody was a hero.
Right.
Everybody
I did horrible things. Like I just
After inviting them to come with you.
Yeah. Hey, come here. Bam. Yeah, but I love that.
It's giving me Morkborg vibes with the not just the horror, but also with the like
the tone almost.
You're gonna die.
Bad things, regardless.
Which I love. I love that you're gonna die. I love the.
Why did you sacrifice yourself?
Because you had no legs. We're lying on a pile of goo.
I feel like Morkborg is probably like the 11 on that scale of like it really sets it up as like the world is dying and you're dying too, and Mothership's like, no, everything is just like hyper capitalist, like everything is expendable, profit's the only thing that matters, So
Just different versions of hell.
right. It's like a completely different version of like, this sucks.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just a more survivable, this sucks, which is maybe worse.
So what did you think about prepping it, like from a warden or a game master's perspective?
Prepping it is pretty easy, I would say.
Yeah.
It's not too complicated to get started. I think the hardest part was just making sure I understood the rules of first edition versus the 0 edition. So I think that's probably the thing that took me the most time, and then just making sure I understood it. The module itself is a pamphlet. So it's literally just like a trifold, like 6 sides.
Yeah.
Right. That just tells you exactly what happens in it. And there was probably a little bit of stuff that I had to a lot of stuff that I had to like sort of maneuver and like, well, this person doesn't have a last name, so I'm going to give them a last name, blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
But a lot of that I just, pulled from the community. So that was actually the Mothership Discord is a huge, like now that we have all these different Discord servers for all these different games, it's such a huge help. Like you go on and like somebody's already figured it out.
Yeah. I was
And,
just going to say, it sounds, I avoided getting involved in any Mothership stuff because I knew we were playing and, so to not have any spoilers or, anything like that, to go into it fresh. But yeah, it sounds like there's a pretty big community around it that you were able to pull from, which is really nice.
Well, and it's I think the last thing I want to kind of say about it too is that like, you have the actual creators of these games on the Discord servers as well. So like you'll be like saying something and then like Sean McCoy, who made Mothership, will like comment and say like, read the frequently asked questions, right? And like, but like give like an emoji, right? Like the kind of like when you're saying something that's a little passive aggressive, but you like give like a LOL at the end of it. And it's like trying to like, listen, I'm putting this here because I'm trying to show you that I'm not being an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though what I'm saying is a little asshole-ish.
Like when you recommended how he arranged his items in alphabetical order.
Yeah, LOL, LMAO even. Like, yeah, alphabetical for 95% of it and not for the last 5% of it, for shame. I'm joking entirely. I mean, I'm sure that I have done far worse in my games. So
and from like a player perspective, like it was pretty nice. We all are have children and busy schedules and jobs. So like it's pretty tough for us all to get together and sit down and do games like this. So being able to say, Nate, to say, hey, show up, don't worry about a character, don't worry about prepping anything, just show up. Obviously we talked a little bit and we had some like outfits and things, but we didn't have to prep anything.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, character creation was quick. It's easy. It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, the fact that we did the whole play, including character creation and then just like dicking around beforehand in 5 hours is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I think the actual like sitting down to have Nate tell us the rules, tell us how the game's going to work and do the module was a tight 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So like there's no way with so many other TTRPGs that you'll be able to do a whole adventure, be start and finish and learn how to play it and create a character all in 3.5 hours.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
That was great.
Not. And now that you've done it like before, like in another world, you could run a different module and you could like, if your character died or whatever, you could absolutely be like, okay, one of you is now playing, Rye, right? Just roll up some stats really quick. And you can just like really quick pull out a sheet and just like do while everyone else is talking. And then you're like, okay, I got her statted up. Let's go.
Can we talk about how incredibly easy to follow these character sheets are?
They're really
like
good.
You don't need a fucking handbook to flip to your chapter and like look at a chart or whatever. It just tells you exactly what to do. Like these are like anyone could use one of these regardless of whether or not you've played a different.
It's like one of my
except for Colin trying to figure out the skills, but everybody else understood it perfectly.
That's just because I didn't know what section to look at.
Sorry that I had master skills and you didn't.
He was dealing with problems that were above your pay grade.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, I think that it's a great game for people who are looking to sit down and play something wildly unique compared to other extremely popular fantasy games. And I think that
they're unnamed.
No, like I think that we love all fantasy games, and this offers a very different, unique experience that is easy and quick to get into and creates for a really fun time.